Just one open training session to media this week as the Portland Timbers fly out to Nashville, Tennessee on Thursday morning for their first road game of 2025. A key to becoming a playoff team this season is improving last year's 3-win, 8-loss, and 6-draw road record from 2024.
We want to be really hard to beat. We want to be really structurally disciplined, and that's what we were in the one game against Austin. Now, we've got to be like that all the time, and I think the 1-0 wins are far better than a 4-3 for me, in terms of everybody comes out the game feeling really good about themselves in terms of the game plan. Tactically, I thought we were really good in terms of the way that the players executed it, and we've laid the first brick. We've laid the first brick in terms of what our identity should be going forward.
Nashville SC is just one of 3 teams in MLS yet to score a goal in the 2025 campaign. Of course, the Timbers will be trying to keep it that way, but will they try to complete the task with the same back 3 that did it against Austin FC?
What goes into the decision for the starting backline against Nashville with Kamal and maybe Miguel coming back?
Yeah, Miguel's not going to be back, so Miguel's still out with his visa process. We're hoping that Dario trained for the first time today, so Kamal and Dario come into the equation because of their experience and quality. But what I would say is the back 3 were fantastic on Saturday, so we've got good dilemmas. We're going to need everybody over the next few weeks, and it's good to have competition for places. And I think what you saw a certain type of performance that I think we're going to have to keep doing in the next 4 to 5 weeks.
While Neville did not confirm that Ian Smith, Zach McGraw, and Finn Sermon will start again, training was open, and during an 11-on-11 half-field drill, those 3 were training together and practicing together as a unit, almost giving a hunch that they may be the starting trio yet again against Nashville SC.
Yeah, Finn has international experience at the youth and full levels. Smudge, Ian Smith, he's a rookie coming out of college, but he's a quality player as well. And I just told him before the game, play with confidence. I have their back. I know they'll cover me. If they make a mistake, I'll sweep it up. If I make a mistake, I'll sweep it up. And it's just more so, don't be nervous. Go out there and play with confidence.
As you heard in Zach McGraw's last quote alluding to it, Ian Smith does have a new nickname of Smudge.
I didn't know this, but British people call Smith the last name Smudge. So Reggie and Phil started calling him Smudge, and I just had no idea who it was for a while in preseason, but it's Ian Smith.
With a nickname in one pocket, Ian Smith, Zach McGraw, and Finn Sermon are trying to put Hany Mukhtar in their other one. Hany Mukhtar, a 3-time MLS Best 11 player, 2022 MLS MVP, but 2024 was his worst year since his first in MLS, and he's hoping to get off to a fast start in 2025.
He's tricky because he likes dropping in spots where you don't necessarily know if you should go to or not. He's a very smart player. He's had a lot of success in this league. And obviously last year was a transition year for them, but they're looking much better with the new coaching staff coming in.
Regular starters and 7 total first-team players were not available for selection against Austin FC. Let's run down the list and see who might be able to play against Nashville. Hint, it might only be one, that being Kamal Miller, who is of course back from suspension, and it'll be a question if he gets his starting spot back on the left of that back 3 in front of Ian Smith. But elsewhere on the list, Santiago Moreno and Dario Zuparic were both training essentially in full during that 11-on-11 drill that I mentioned. They were both partaking in that, competing against the starters, or at least the presumed starters at this weekend against Nashville. Elsewhere on the list, Juan Mosquera, I'll put a clip on it here. He was training on the side today. He was actually on the bench for the first game of the season, but has been dealing with a lower body injury. The same can be said about goalkeeper Max Crepeau, who was not training with the other 3 goalies. He was training on the side with a trainer the entirety of practice. Jonathan Rodriguez, unfortunately, was not out onto the pitch. He did peek his head out from the gymnasium to kind of just not say hi to media, but see the media and, of course, see his teammates and how they're doing. Elsewhere on the list, Araujo, Phil mentioned it, he will not be with the team this weekend, still dealing with the green card issue. But if you're looking for a positive in the roster, it's now been 2 media sessions in a row that Phil has hinted towards business not being done yet. The window is still open in MLS, and the Timbers are pretty thin right now, considering the 6 significant first-team injuries.
So we've still got players that are a million miles away from where we need them to be, and we're still looking at the roster in terms of strengthening the roster. So there's no let-up. The first win of the season was good for the group, but that was all.
Timbers owner Merritt Poulsen, about a week and a half ago when he spoke to media, alluded to potentially another center back coming in, but what you've seen out of Ian Smith, you get some confidence from his ability there. So I'm not sure when they bring in another player, or if they bring in another player, if it will be a defender or elsewhere in the squad. The front line is thin right now too, with Jonathan Rodriguez hurt and Santiago Moreno still dealing with an ankle issue. That'll do it for the Media Roundup on Tuesday. If you've been enjoying these, let me know. I'll continue to bring them. And if you want more Timbers coverage, be sure to check out my podcast with Adam Booker, The Timber Review.